Alright guys, let's continue with our crafting. In this one we're going to display all the info of the item we're trying to craft and also the materials it needs. And for that we will have to create few more entries in our item info. But instead of creating multiple variables there, we'll again create new struct. So go to blueprints, create new structure. And this will be crafting _s. Open it up. And this will hold everything we need for crafting. So first one will be materials. It will be data table row handle. Let's make it an array so we can add multiple materials. Then we'll create new variable. This one will be quantity, so how many of the materials we are using. Type integer and it will also be an array. And then we can add one more, which will be crafting level. And this is the level required so we can craft that item. So this is a good system because we can learn at least how to level up skills and everything. So later on, you know, it will be really useful to know how to actually do it. So save this and now we can add it to our item info. So open item info, add a new variable, and this will be typed the crafting s, and we will name it crafting. And now what this will look like is if we go to default values, we got this crafting that opens up, and here we can add materials. So first we need to select the data table and we will do iron bar, and then we will add the quantity and it will be 10, so it will cost 10 iron bars to make this item. And even though it's in two separate arrays, we can process it so it will display like the iron bar, first one for the first quantity and so on. So let's delete it for now. We don't want any default values here. Save it. And now let's style our crafting widget. So first thing we're gonna add is we got this crafted item, we got this border. So second border, remove the second padding, which is the inside one. And we're going to add canvas panel. In this canvas panel, we will add horizontal box first. Add it to the top. This one will anchor to the whole top section, so Control and Shift and click. We can make it size Y 40. Now we can't really change the color on the horizontal box, so we can right click and wrap it with, and we'll wrap it with border. Now this one is the outside padding. We will make it 0. Make padding 0. Now, well, that was for horizontal box, my bad. Click on the border and let's change the tint. This one can be something dark. Now we will add the first text. Add it to the box. Now let's make this text smaller, so go to font size and make it maybe 18, 20. Let's try 18 for now. And also here on the padding, we'll set it to 5, so it's in the center. And this will just say crafted item, colon, compile and save. Let's see. Yeah, it's alright. Padding needs to be a little bit bigger, so maybe like 7. Go and I'll do padding left 10. And now, first thing we can do is this whole border. Let's change the color tint to also be something darker, because I don't really like it what I had here. Actually, Maybe I'll change it from blue to just gray. Just small difference for now. And now we can add first image. Add it to the canvas panel, not the horizontal box. And let's just select it and move it down. This will be somewhere here in the middle. Let's do 120, 120. Maybe even more. Let's see, 150. And this will be our item icon. So we can rename it now, item icon. Make sure it's a variable. Let's change the image now so we can see it for plate armor, for example. What is it? Plate armor icon. There we go. Now, in the link in the description, you got one asset. It's just literally a smudge I made in Photoshop, but it looks quite nice. So just import it into Unreal. I already done mine, so it's in the icons. Actually, let's do an image first. Let's create one more image. Let's add it to the canvas panel again. Let's drag this here. I'll here select the smudge, which is the name of the asset, and I'll make it even something like 600, not position, size 600, 500. Obviously I didn't cut out the corners or anything, it's not a perfect asset, but it will do. Let's make size 800. Let's make Z order -1, so it's behind the item. And now this will change depending on our item rarity. So for legendary it will be something like this. And I don't know about you, but I'm trying to style it as nice as possible. I mean, in the shortest time. So, you know. But if you have different preference, go ahead. What I'm going to do here is add text. Add it to the canvas panel again. I dragged the wrong one. There we go. This will be our item name, so it will be something like plate armor. We can also change the variable type to item name. Taken is variable. I don't think it needs to be that big. It needs to be maybe 20 or 18 as well. Let's do 20 for this one. Make it bold. And I'll also do shadow. So shadow color, you need to make alpha channel 1. And it already has 1 width. So now we can duplicate this, Control and D. Drag this under. What would be the best way to make this? You know what, let's make this bigger. So size X will be 200, and I will center it. Then I'll make this 200, size X. Because I don't want to have the same style everywhere. So this position X is 350. I'll do 350. This one will be 350. And that way, if we center this, it will be directly under, and we can just make it 16. Whoop, 16. And we can make it robot or tiny. Let's go higher. So position Y will be 130, 140. And let's make it 14 even. And this will be item type, so it will be armor or chest, or what did we call it, item type. And then we can duplicate it one more time, so it has all the info, and this will just be rarity, and we can do it again under middle, and maybe this time it will be only like 10, it will be tiny. 16 again, I don't know, and different. This will be Roboto and italic. You can say something like legendary. Is this smaller? Let's do 16. I will do. Compile and save. It doesn't need to be perfect for now, obviously style it as you want, but I think it looks alright to start with. And now what we need to add is couple of borders. So actually let's add it into horizontal box. So get the horizontal box, add it to the canvas panel. Where is it again? Here. Drag it somewhere here. Let's anchor it like to the middle, like this. So Control and Shift. Actually no, just the middle. Doesn't need to be that big. So 400, 300. Go. Offset Y will be -100. So it's just here on top. -120. And this will just hold two borders. So let's do first one. Add it to the horizontal box. Make it fill. Padding. I don't know, let's do 4 for now. And let's make a color. Let's do something fun. I don't even know what this color is called. And let's add text to it. We'll make this text 14, 12, 14. Normal bold. It will be in the center. So padding on the border will change to 8. No, too much. 6, 5. It's in the middle. There we go. And now let's duplicate this border with the text. So duplicate it, and we got the second one. There is a outside padding here on top. Let's make it left 10. And on the other one we'll do right 10. So select the other one on the right side, we'll do 10. And the first thing, this will be our crafting level. So it will be maybe something like this, crafting level 10. All right. Let's see if we can make it size to content. And then on the border, 10 padding? No. Which one? This one. Why doesn't resize? No matter, let's just make this horizontal box, uncheck the size to content, or just Control Z until I turn it off, and let's just make it 360 so it fits. And then the second text will be crafting exp for experience. how much experience is going to give us. And that can be based later how many materials we're using or something. All right, and this will just be here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's all right. Doesn't need to have the same value. Crafting XP will be 20. There we go. Now let's select this top border and duplicate it. The horizontal box, my bad. Oh, it is actually in the border, so select the border, duplicate. Now we did select it. Hold Shift and Control and anchor it to the middle. Now the reason we added horizontal box because this one will be materials, and we'll anchor it to the, we will make it fill, anchor it to the middle, justification to the middle, and then duplicate this text, and this will be stats. So stats of the item. We're going to have a materials and we're going to have a stats. All right. Now, is this too low, too high? All right, second border. Let's just offset it minus 50. Not too much. Minus 10. Minus 20 maybe. Where are you? Border. Minus 20. And just to separate these, we don't have to do any complicated widgets or anything. We can just do border. We'll add this to the canvas panel again, the same one. Select it. Let's anchor it to the bottom middle. Hold Control and Shift. Let's make it size X will be maybe 200, 400. Size Y will be 2. And now what we can do is go down, and we got the render transform. And here in transform we will do angle, and we will angle it 90 degrees. So just type it in. And now we got a line that is separating it, and we can just move it up. Position X will be up. Don't change position X. It will be position Y. And it's too long, so I'll do it 300. There we go. All right. And maybe select it one more time, and let's not make it too bright. Just turn it down. Cool, and this is pretty much what the widget is going to look like, and now we just need to generate the materials and stats. I'm not sure if I'm going to do both of these in the same video, but for stats, first let's create a couple vertical boxes in here, so we can add the children to them. So type in vertical box, and let's add it to that canvas panel again, the same one. Getting quite a lot of widgets here. Now anchor it to the bottom left, Control and Shift. Let's make it 400 maybe, 380. Size Y will be 300, 400, 380 as well. Okay, 380 times 380. Now position X, let's make it smaller, so not that close to the edges. 360, 360. Then position X will be 20, position Y will be minus 20. Then duplicate this vertical box, and this one just select anchors and anchor it to the other side, Control and Shift. And this one position will be same thing, 20, minus 20 and minus 20. There we go, and now we got two boxes for materials and stats. Compile and save. Now we can create we need a new widget for material icons, basically, that we will generate with the function. So it's the same as when we did like icons for inventory or anything else, or even the buttons. So we need a new widget. So just right click, go to blueprints, not blueprint, sorry, user interface and widget blueprint, create user widget, and this one will be our materials underscore widget. Open it up. In here, let's add canvas panel. In this canvas panel, we will what we will add? Just border. This border will be 100 times 100, and we can get the frame that we have for inventory, so it's just called frame, the one that was in the description at some video, or if you have your own. And then we will just add image to this border, which will be, we'll rename it again to material icon. Check is it variable. Padding will be only 2, so we can see the frame. Maybe 1, maybe 3, that's what I meant. 4 actually. There we go. And now we don't really need to complicate it here or anything. We can just create text, add it to the canvas panel, drag it maybe here next to it. It will be size 20, and just one more text, Ctrl and D to duplicate it, drag it next to it somewhere, and just thinking if you need to, I'll rather add it to the vertical box just in case we got really a long name, it won't overlap. So let's wrap it with horizontal box, add this text to it as well. This one will be size to context, and first one will just be item name, so it will be, I don't know, plate armor, plate armor, and the second one will be how many actually, so 10 out of 14, so not plate armor because this is material, so iron bar, and 10 out of 14. Well, it's very short, it's going to be short anyway, so maybe pop it out of the horizontal box, just put it back in the canvas panel. Sorry, my bad. Let's delete it. Let's drag it here, and this one will drag further away, just we'll leave some space on it. And now compile and save. If you just go to your crafting here, select this vertical box, we can type in the crafting, what do you call it, material widget, and this is what it will look like. It's a little bit too big, so we'll change the size of this border to 70 or 60. We'll like a small icon. This one will drag in the middle, and this will be size 16. Materials will be size 16 as well, but let's make it italic. Let's see. Yeah, that's better, and we're going to have a multiple ones, and then play the game. Voila. Oh, let's just style it a little bit better. So what can we do? We don't have a padding here. We can just go on this material. Let's wrap it with size box, and let's make on the canvas panel, sorry, let's change the padding to padding left to 15, padding right to 15, bottom will be 5 and top will be 5. Compile, crafting, there we go, it's in a row. We could also wrap this like inside the vertical box. We can do scroll box and add these things to it if you want really a lot of materials, but I think, you know, fitting 5 materials for each item is more than enough, since we only have 3 materials created at the moment, you know, and even later on I don't think you will be using more than 5 materials for one item. But this option, if you want, you can have a scroll box. And now this will display the materials that we need. We will display quantity as well, but I think I'll save it for the next video, so we can do materials and the stats together to generate them and to fix actually this item, because I don't want to make really long video again, because then you will get bored. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye.